All right, y'all. So this week's episode of Chasing Dallas was given what it was given. I mean, it was a lot going on, but I would definitely, with the exception of certain scenes, I would call this a filler episode, but let's get into it nevertheless. So the episode starts off with like a combination of things. We really focus on Donnie, and Donnie is having a date with his guy friend, and he is just like, we've been together for 3 months. The boyfriend, Bradley, really don't want him to be filming and give him shit every time he film. But Donnie is like, this is my dream, bitch. I'm trying to achieve something. Get with it or get lost. But he did say, I didn't mean to spit on Thelma. Like, she was on my heels and was like a fly in my motherfucking ear. And when I turned around to address her, la poof. It just happened. Then we flip and see Thelma still at the event. I think that's how the episode opened, with Thelma still at the parking lot. And everybody's like still reeling from everything that just happened with the fight, the boxing match. And Thelma gets into it with the dad. Now, I don't really have many comments on that, but what I will say is I hate how Thelma's man stood in the back and let Thelma go the fuck off. But the moment Donnie's dad matched Thelma's energy, I'm about to start tweaking out. Why is it a problem now? And I know I have a lot of female followers and subscribers, but I hate that double standard where women can do things that men can't do. Just like I hate how a man can be promiscuous and he just living life, but a woman is labeled a hoe. He a hoe too. He doing his shit just like she is. So it should be equal across the board. If it was not okay for the dad to get hyped with Thelma, it should not be okay for Thelma to get hyped with the dad. Period. Mother performs in drag. Okay. You know, sometimes when people have facial hair, they do something to their face to conceal it. Some drag queens like to keep the facial hair. I guess you're one of those. It just didn't give me what you intended for it to give. Like, it just didn't provide that for me. Remember seasons ago when Trey, I forgot his last name, but the Trey that Reese was into, when he performed in drag and his knees was buckling and it was just like, you know, it was like, it was cringy to watch. If that was a 10, this is a 7. Like, it just... And it said at the bottom he was doing this to freakum dress. It was given living my life like it's golden. It was given emotional roller coaster. It was given Heather Hadley, I wish. It was given Proud Mary. It was given I Will Survive. It was given Lord, lift us up where we belong. It was given a little twinge of Lady Marmalade. You know, like it. But freakum dress? Beyonce? Maybe Sugar Mama. But okay. Jet Jeff gets lip injections. Again, okay. Maybe if somebody was there as like a +1, not to get the injections, but afterwards or before to kind of talk about what was happening in the show, to kind of tie it all in, okay. But just a random visit to the lip injector, I don't know. It just didn't fit, but it was interesting to watch and to learn more about it. I will never get it. I don't need it. I'm black. That's one of the gifts we have. And that's not a race thing. I don't want that to get thrown out of proportion and people to get all in their feelings. It's not a race thing at all. I'm just saying we don't need it. Just like most black people don't need a tan. We just don't need it. We have the things that y'all desire. And that's just the truth. I'm not trying to be shady at all. Donnie, I put things out of order. This is actually the part where Donnie takes the trip with his man. So I already explained all of that. But he does want a clean slate with everybody. He feels like now that we done fought, We didn't exchange words. We didn't exchange blows. We should be over there by now. Y'all gotta excuse me, I lost my voice. I don't know how though. But we should be past that and we should have a clean slate. So let's move forward. Girl, it's really gone. Like gone. Let's move forward and, you know, just put the past behind us. And I couldn't agree more, bitch. Well, I would say you can't do wrong to a motherfucker and tell them how mad to get. Shout out to Funky Dineva. But if I've already reacted to what's going on, you did your piece, I did my piece. If I'm satisfied with the outcome, I don't see why I'm still holding a grudge. I would agree. Let's move on. Especially if we have to work together. Now, where I agree with the boyfriend is where Donnie was like, I didn't mean to offend all Mexicans. So either he said, I did apologize or I will apologize. But he was like, and I want an apology back. I agree with Bradley. For what? Because none of this would have happened if it wasn't for you. You came out the gate throwing race. Nobody said anything about you being black or white. You addressed your race first with an African forehead. And then you said that his people was going to get deported. What does he have to... No. If all I did is react to the bullshit you gave me, I don't owe you shit. But respect moving forward if we both agree to move past everything and keep going forward. So, Glenn Mother... I'm not going to call you Lester. I think it would be cute and funny, but if people in the same space as you want to identify as something that we all know isn't authentic, then we can treat you the same. I'm not throwing shade at no trans woman on this show. But if we want to treat everybody the way we treating Mother, then we should be calling the trans women on this show men. So if we're going to respect them and how they choose to identify, we can call him Mother without assuming that he is taking on the mother figure. There have been people on many shows named King, Prince, Angel, Mercedes, Porsche. Do they look like luxury cars? Do they look like a king? Are they living like a prince? Dior. Nobody had a problem calling Dior Dior. Nobody. That's not his real name. And even if it is. But anyway, this scene is Mother, Glenn. Why do I want to call her Mother Teresa? Thelma. And maybe a couple of other cast members I forget. Because the scene itself was uneventful. The only thing that stuck out to me was Thelma finally divulged details about her line and where she wants to take it. So now we know a little bit more about her dreams and aspirations. And that wig. Baby, the lace was lacing. And I don't mean that in a good way. That lace was thick. And it was apparent. It was protruding. It was the star of the show. And I know you can do better than that because when you get in your confessions, I don't see no lace. Other scenes, I don't see no lace. That particular wig, I don't know if you did it yourself. You was rushing. You mismeasured where you should cut the lace. I don't know. I don't do hair. I don't really know what's wrong. All I know is I saw something I shouldn't. The prince is giving up all. So Blanche decides that she wants to throw an event and she wants Zesta to be a part of it. She wants to showcase their businesses and really just put people on. I'm here for it. I am here for it, Blanche. Do your big one. I love when people want to give back and not gatekeep success. Let's all get money. Let's all chase this bag. Let's all secure this bag. Chloe. See, these are small scenes. So I really don't have much to divulge on these things because they weren't given much. It was just to sit down for maybe 2 or 3 minutes and it was just like on to the next. Chloe's business is picking up and I couldn't be more proud and happier for you. This would have been a scene I would normally skip over, but because I want to highlight you and what you're doing, especially given your situation and how you trying to plan your escape, I am here for it. I am rooting for you. This is my encouragement to you, bitch. I'm probably finna get a t-shirt made or two. So I need to figure out how to do that. And I may want a logo. I don't know. My heart is just open and I want to support you because I know what you're trying to do. And bitch, you're good. Those logos look good. That Balls to the Wall shirt, that shit was good. You're good, Chloe. And I love that you found your niche and you're leaning into that. So many people will be like, you know, girl, it is what it is. This is what my life is and this is where it's going to be. You hustling and then you grinding. And you on this show. I'm here for Miss Chloe and I'm here for you. And now for the Valentine's Date Night event. This is really the meat and the potatoes of the episode. This is really where majority of the episode took place, if you ask me. So, Shantae's got a man at home. Let's start there. Miss Jeff has finally introduced her man. We didn't hear him talk. It's giving... Now, these people are not Mexican, so I don't feel like I'm being racist. Because the boyfriend was so silent and so insignificant in this scene, it was giving Mario and Luigi. Like, it was giving Pinky and the Brain. It was giving Phineas and Ferb. It was giving Tom and Jerry. Like, one's the boss and one pays the course, you know? But yeah, Shantae got a man at home. I love that for you, Miss Jeff. Get your things. Your career is thriving. You are thriving on the show, and now your love life is thriving. I'm just happy for you. And I hope it continues to thrive and success continues to pour out in your life. I really do. Mother, or as Jeff likes to address her as, Lester, Lester Christian Mother Goose. I just feel like, again, I've already said my piece on addressing mother as mother and how I feel about that. But the Instagram live, I was not privy to. And I hate that you guys had this shit going on while you guys were filming because all this should be hidden. And maybe because you were unknown to me and my crew on YouTube at the time, I never ran across that live. But I hate when people bring stuff that is going to be showcased months later into a scene right now. So, like, for the people who were connected to you that knew you were on the show, they're already privy to the problems that you have and who you have it against due to your life. And for you to call yourself mother and lack emotional intelligence enough to restrain and control yourself, at least until the show was aired, is a problem. And then for you not to want to take accountability. Despite y'all's issues right before you went live, both of y'all, you and Jet, agreed that y'all met and talked at that bald-headed ass skating event. Reached a resolve. Agreed to disagree and did what y'all was going to do, whatever. But then you left and later you did this Instagram live. When you really could have just further addressed what you had with Jeff. You could have literally called him, scheduled a meetup, and said, you know what, girl, what we had at the skating rink really didn't sit right with me. What we gonna do? And if the resolve is that we don't like each other, and we just gonna say our highs and byes, do that. But for you to take it to social media, like you really got an issue when we've already squashed the beef, it's tired, delayed, and through. You're late. You are late. Now, speaking of mother, they eventually move over to, like, sitting down, and Jayla, is her name Jayla? Jayla introduces a game of saying one thing you like. I've already said this Valentine's Day. Say one thing you like about yourself, and then I guess they settled on, say one thing you like about yourself and say one thing about the person you like the least. So everybody says their things, and then it's Mother's turn, and Mother says her thing. Well, first, Jeff shaded Mother in a very Southern way, saying what I love about myself is my confidence, this, that, and the third. And Mother, I'm going to shoot it to you since I like you the least. I love that you color coordinate well. I agree with Mother, and I don't do that often. Bitch, that was shady and underhanded as fuck, bitch. I color coordinate well. Children in kindergarten can match colors and color coordinate. I have a career in fashion, or at least I want to. And you say that the best I got going for myself in fashion is that I can match colors? Shady, shady work, mama. So then Mother took that, said what she said about herself, and she threw it to Zesty. And was like, Zesty, your lip gloss be popping. And Zesty instantly got in her feelings because of the theme of the game. You say something nice about the person you like. Well, how do you like me the least when I met you last, I gave you something, and then I gave you something, Tedley. Miss Apologist, Tedley, goes to scrummaging in her purse and pulls out the lip gloss. Okay, girl, we get it. He was just throwing you in there for context. You know, you didn't have to prove that you got it in your purse. But Mother was like, yeah, you did, but you still been giving energy. When we come into a room together, we don't even speak. And then Zesty was like, girl, because I don't even see it for you. I don't really like you like that. And Mother was like, okay, so why is it a problem that I don't like you? They hugged it out and then got their confessional. Was like, girl, it's still fuck that bitch. Girl, so why did we even have this conversation and dialogue? Zesty, you know I don't like you. And you know you don't like Mother. So why is there an issue when I highlight that I don't like you? Or that I like you the least? Grow up. Then it was Blanche's turn. Blanche gave her compliments to herself. And then she highlighted Glenn. Why she likes Glenn the least, I don't know. Her and Glenn, to me, have never had any issues. But she was like, you was really good on Rookies. I loved you on Rookies. Again, first of all, you got the Golden Girls, 3RW, sitting together. You got Zesty, Jet in the middle, of course, and then Blanche on the other side. So after Blanche says that, they just sniggling and giggling and Blanche is trying to over-explain. No, what I mean is, and then Zesty called it out and was like, but on this show, she boring. And then Blanche was like, yeah, you are really good on Rookies, but on this, you kind of boring. And Glenn was like, I'm boring because I don't start drama, I don't yell and cuss and just crash out. That's why I'm boring. And bitch, one thing led to another. And when Zesty said, girl, you just sit over there with a lisp, Glenn had it. Glenn said, bitch, I'm tired of your two pieces. You've been after me since the beginning. I don't know. And because Zesty brought up the hookah. And Glenn was like, we still talk. Even Thelma was like, bitch, every time we go somewhere, Zesty, it's you that's getting it started. Your lip gloss may be popping, but you gonna be popped as well. Like, you need to... Oh, no, because I ain't got it. But, girl, like, what? You need to chill the fuck out. You're not going to get anywhere with an attitude like that, Zesty. Everywhere you go, you popping off. Because, again, you want to give baddies on a show that's called Chasing. This show is about entrepreneurship and building the gay community up brick by brick, show by show, franchise by franchise. Highlighting what you do and how people can come together, and through trials, tribulations, ups and downs, we can make some shit shake in the end. That's the premise of Chasing. Baddies, it's just a whole bunch of reckless ass girls fighting and just going at it. You can't give baddies on Chasing. Because what are you chasing? Drama? A scene? The spotlight? Clout? Fame? Infamy is a thing. I don't know who taught you girls how to go about building a name for yourself, but infamy gets you nowhere. The only thing you're good for if you're infamous is a remember when. Me and Danye sit on the phone all the time. Remember this? Remember that? Remember that? Remember this video? And when you pull it up on YouTube and we laugh at y'all. That's, where do you go from there? How do you use that as a launching pad to where you're trying to be? If you're infamous, we don't respect you. So why would we buy into your brand? You could have the best lip gloss on the market. If we don't like you, we could give a fuck about what you're selling. So think about that. Think about your brand the next time you want to throw them bows. Because, bitch, everything has a price. But that's what this episode was giving y'all. It gave what it gave. So I gave it all I had. I'm about to go sip on some tea with some honey in it and rest my nut. I got to catch up on Housewives. I really do, y'all. So if y'all want it, let me know in the comments here. And I'll see what I can do for y'all. Other than that, Kitty Box is coming soon. Featuring a special guest. We will do it. You had a great idea. And I'm down. We just got to figure out what we want to talk about. But until next time, same place, same time.